this old lady, bag lady, I guess, came up to me. She said, "Here's a $1." She gave me $1, and she was dressed like you wouldn't believe. Her dress was put together with that silver duct tape, you know, no teeth. And just she said, "Here's for a Roman Catholic nun." And I thought to myself, good grief, she said, "Pray for me." And I thought, you poor old thing, gave me $1. I said, the poor old thing. She just was so happy about this. And I thought, you know, there's one thing about wearing the habit, at least they know that you're there. That's for sure.
Wow, what a beautiful story.
Yeah, I wish it would have made a beautiful picture, because when I walked in, I'd seen her and I just smiled, you know, and then she chased me all the way in there.
And she actually traced you through the thrifties until she caught up with you,
well,
until she
I don't
found
know.
courage to...
I don't know where she came from. I had seen her when I walked in, and I smiled at her. She looked kind of happy, you know, so I smiled at her. And next thing I knew, she was beside me, handed me this $1 bill, which I thought was very nice for her to do that, you know. Probably maybe it was her last one.
Does that happen often?
No. First time that's ever happened.
This is the first time that's ever happened?
Yeah. Well, sometimes people come and give us money, but nothing like this. It was sad, because here I am, big, fat, you know, driving a nice car, and obviously I'm not underfed. This lady didn't look like she was underfed. She was quite large. But just that she came up to me, she said, "Roman Catholic nun, please pray for me." You know, something like that interests me. I just like to run her down and get her history, because she was very polite, you could see there was refinement in there someplace, just the way she spoke. And I thought, this old lady, I wonder how she got to this stage. She turned around and her dress was all split down the bag. You could see practically up to her waist, and it was put together with that silver duct tape, you know, just hooked, pasted. And so I just kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And she said, pray for me, pray for me. Now that was so sweet. There's a lot of beggars down at that one thrifty down there on Sunset. A few of them are always approaching us because we stick out like sore thumbs, you know. A couple of young girls came one time, and I was in a real bad mood that morning and in a hurry, and I didn't want to stop and make small talk with them, you know. And well, they needed money to get someplace, and I don't carry any money ever. Usually just small change I have to put in the meters, and I just said, "Honey," and well, how do you shop? And I use a credit card. Well, that sounds funny for a nun to do that. And I said, "Yeah, it really does, but I just don't carry money." So they had to get they looked like they'd been through a good night. They had to get there from here to Pasadena or something. And I said, "Well, you know, there's a Covenant house right around the corner," which there is right down there. And I said, "I think they'll help you out if you go over there." And they weren't happy at me when they left. We had one bag lady that would come here, and she graduated from college, but she wanted to live this way. She used to sleep out on her front lawn all the time, and dress and smelled, and you know, the whole bit.
Did you feed her?
Sometimes. She never asked for food because she had money.
She just wanted a safe place to sleep?
She just wanted to be where the bag people were. And so I asked her one time, because she had 2 children, and she was a divorced woman. Her husband had divorced her. I can understand that too, because she decided to take this route, you know. And she was a college graduate, though, at least from what I could understand. But she said her son and daughter were living off someplace, and they took care of her, and she was getting Social Security. I mean, she used to just give it all away. She used to give it to prisoners when she'd go to jails. I asked her one, I said, "Why do you live like this?" And she said, "Because I want to." She said, "It's the only way I can get to these people, these street people, you know." She said, "If I dressed up and looked like I had a lot of money, they wouldn't pay any attention to me." She's just out proselytizing, you know, trying to get these people to come around, at least find God before they died. Some of them. I thought it was nuts.
There was a screw loose in the thinking.
Definitely that, yeah. I thought it was really nuts, but to each his own. She thinks I'm nuts too, so I guess.